You're here to receive a very special psychic prescription, much like a weather report, for how to best work with the universal energies that will be present this week. And that's the week from the 13th of June to the 19th of June 2020. Just making sure I read that right. I'm Kylie Savage Psychic, and this is the weekly Oracle card reading. If you watched last week's reading, how did you go with it? I'd love to hear. And thank you. That I think that was the longest video that I've ever done. I dove right in with Diana Cooper's Dragon Oracle, and I'm going to read from that again this week. And I got a lot out of the reading. I've been re-watching it and just taking in more of the messages, and I'm still really excited about this oracle. I did pull out the cards for this week's reading and sort of went, oh, I don't know. I'm really on the edge of new territory, which is fantastic. I listened to Colette Baron Reid once say that when you choose a oracle card creator to work with, that your spiritual growth, your transformation, your journey is going to be aligned with the teachers, the oracle card creators, and their work, and you're going to evolve with them. And I really have found that to be true with Colette, and I'm excited to go on this journey with Diana Cooper. I must admit, I have found Diana's work, really pushing the limits of my comfort zone, and it's an area I haven't been, you know, um, super willing to go to, and yet the dragons really have hooked me in. So if I become a Diana Cooper convert, and if I start sprouting talk about unicorns and dragons and angels and intergalactic beings all the time, well, this is this part of the journey that I'm on. And you're most welcome to come along with me, but if it's not for you, I totally respect that as well. Anyway, before we get into this week's reading, I would like to talk to you about some very exciting astrology continuing on for June. Now, you know that we're in the second eclipse season of the year, which all started the beginning of the month with that full moon in Sagittarius. How'd you go with that? I did put a jar of moon water out, and I'm so excited, and I really needed this, especially just before I did this reading. I made some magical mists. I don't know if you can see that. This one is called Fresh, Clean, and Clear. So I made that with the full moon water and also essential oils and um, the, not this, I don't think it's this one, but I've made another one. What I do is I use oracle cards and crystals and moon water to make a magical mist. So if you're interested in that, I may look at doing some workshops when we can all get back together and hang out, and I will show you how to make these magical mists. I'm also open to possibly selling them as lovely bespoke gifts for people. They're fantastic for psychics. What I do is when I'm at a psychic fair or in between clients, I spray the mist around. There we go, getting it all around because it cleanses and clears the energy, my energy, and the room's energy before the next client. And it's an intention, it's a little reset. Okay, the energy is clear. There are no hangers about or any information from the last client hanging on trying to get through again for this new client. You don't want that. It's a clear delineation between clients and between messages and between energies. So, yeah, get in touch with me if you're interested in that or you'd like to know how to make your own magical mist. Would love to talk about that. Okay, so the full moon in Sagittarius, gosh, it was a beauty. I'm very fortunate. Not super fortunate because my house faces east-west. It's much better to have your house face north-south in the southern hemisphere. But anyway, I get to watch the moonrise from my front porch. And as it comes up over my neighbour's house across the road, and he has a beautiful tree, a deciduous tree. So in winter, you have this beautiful um, tree and the lovely bare branches, and this moon rising up through it. And of course, my iPhone takes terrible shots. So my son has a wonderful camera, and I begged him to go out there and take some photos of the moon for me, which is just, it's mind blowing. The photos you can get from Earth with a camera, with a good camera. I've seen other people post photos, but I haven't actually seen them taken. So that's been super great. Um, and I think it was a few nights afterwards, my daughter called me out to the backyard and we looked up to the east and there was the waning full moon and there were two really bright stars. And my daughter says, "Oh, you've got to come and look at these stars with the moon." I said, "I think you're going to find they're planets." Sure enough, she used that Skylight app that I was talking about in an earlier video, and it's Jupiter and Saturn. They were coming up, in alignment with the moon. So if you saw that too, wasn't that just beautiful? And I meant to look up, Google why the rainbow halo appears around the moon. I believe it's something to do with ice, light refracting off ice crystals in the upper atmosphere. If you know, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. As I said, any budding or well qualified astronomers, if you want to give me hints and tips on astronomy, I would be so grateful for that. And how did you go? Because it was eclipse, full moon eclipse. Eclipses tend to, bring stuff up to the surface. And I did my moon work, I did the releasing, everything, and I felt much better after that. Yet it has been, you know, um, I just feel like my emotions are rawer and they're more at the surface than what they usually are. And I was just mindful of that this week. Oh, that's what it can be like going through an eclipse season. That, if you're feeling overly emotional or just the intensity of the emotion, just there's this rawness about it. There's something else, when we're understanding and feeling our emotions in eclipse season. It's just sharper, it's edgier. So if you're feeling that, please know you're not alone. There's many of us feeling that. Go and jump over onto Yasmin's Facebook page and see when she does those 11:11 lives. I've been lucky. I think a few times I've actually caught her live, and she talks a lot about this, what it's like to experience universal energies during an eclipse or an eclipse time. Okay, so this is the exciting part. On the 21st of June, which this reading goes until the 19th, so it will be 2 days after that. So I will talk about it next week as well. But on the 21st of June, because I just want you to be prepared, we have a very powerful new moon eclipse in the sign of Cancer, also known as Moonchild. And it is in a 0 degree, which means it's the start of a new cycle. So it's a new moon eclipse, and that means that your new moon wishes are supercharged. I've learned this from Yasmin before. Anything happening around an eclipse, eclipses highlight things, so the energies, we can be feeling, uh, our emotions more ugh, more sensitively, all the rest of it. But that it's also the energies are exemplified, they're more powerful, and it's a great time to do your new moon wishes. So please get yourself organized. If you don't know what you're doing at all, send me a message, send me an email, and say, "Kylie, how do I get started?" And I will give you some directions. Okay, so make your new moon wishes. There's a Jupiter Pluto conjunction approaching. So what you desire may manifest between now and November 2020 when when that conjunction peaks. So when you're doing your new moon wishes, just have a think about it. Like look at your rising sign where this new moon is going to affect your chart. Look at, all the facets of life to work with during that new moon. What's this new moon about? Look at that and how it relates to you and whatever's going on in your life. And then just be mindful of, okay, if you do want to do some moon manifesting and you do desire something, you put your wish out there, just be mindful that it could take until November. It could manifest sooner, but it could take until November, this year for that to come about. So maybe you want to think a bit more long term. Like with moon manifesting, we're making our new moon wishes, and then we follow the cycle of the moon. So it's around a month before we're starting to see those wishes manifest. And look, I've been doing this for over 12 months now, and it can take longer for those wishes to manifest. They don't just bang in a month. Sometimes it's quicker. Sometimes it's the next few days. It's like, wow, that was fast. I always write down the wishes that I make in my new moon, in my moon manifesting workbook or diary. I have a diary for it. Because then you can go back and reflect and say, look back over, last season, 3 months ago, what was I wishing for and has that manifested? Because this stuff works. It really does. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes methodology, and it also takes us surrendering and letting go to higher forces. So, yeah, there's a lot in this. I like to do moon manifesting because it feels more like a sacred divine feminine ritual. It connects me with my past selves. It connects me with my ancestry. It connects me with all the witches all around the world doing the same thing at roughly the same times. It connects me with witchcraft and with spell making and with magic as I understand it. And it just brings that, the ritual and um, the feeling of something being sacred into your life. It's a little bit different. It's something that I don't get from anywhere else. And it's very personal and yet it has structure, which I really appreciate as well. So I do moon manifesting to stay engaged and because I can put so much pressure on the manifesting process. And I think, I don't know what I want to wish for and I don't know how I want to wish for it. And then it probably won't come true anyway. All my limiting beliefs, my gremlins come into it. Moon manifesting is different. It makes this stuff fun. And like I've said before, if you work with all the new moons and full moons around and over the astrological year, you will have worked on every facet of your life and yourself within that period. That just gives me a whole lot of relief. I am doing something about my personal development each and every month. And I'm learning. Each time I do it, I learn something new. I love going back and looking at, what was I doing last new moon in Gemini? How did communication come up and be an issue for me? And I'm a lot more aware, you know, when stuff happens now. This could be why. This is what I need to work on. It's not to punish yourself, and really moon manifesting is just lots of fun. So yeah, definitely if you've got anything you want to know about with moon manifesting, get in touch. On the 18th, everyone's bracing themselves for this, right? Mercury goes retrograde again. So Yasmin Boland has a whole book on Mercury retrograde, and what I love about Yasmin's work is she's looking for the positives. How do we pull these things out? How do we work with these energies for our transformation and growth? I'm very much about a forward, moving forwards and being a forward thinker. And I'm really very much about, okay, where's the silver lining? Where's the positive in this? Let's not get dragged down, bogged down, heavy negative energies. Let's look for the lesson. Let's look for the gift and let's transform this and let's move forward. That's what I'm about. And I'm always looking for teachers and work that's in alignment with that. Okay, so I'm sure I will talk more about Mercury retrograde next week. And in the meantime, I will be, listening for more on that and being mindful of what's happening. Generally, look, Mercury retrograde gets a really bad rap. People say things like expect trouble with communications and technology and everything like that. Look, it's not something to be fearful of. If you're going to be fearful of it, you're kind of putting that out there and you could just be reaping the results of your fear. Remember, the universe really, it listens to our vibration, our feelings, and that's what it responds to. So if you're going to just, go into panic mode, that's not going to help you Mercury retrograde or not. Let's just look for the positives. Let's look at how we can flow and work with things. And let's understand what Mercury retrograde is shining a light on. And let's see if there's anything in that for us. And you know what? If it never affects you, if it never worries you, it's not a thing for you, that's absolutely okay. Just go on by, do your own thing, keep doing that, and don't worry about any of this stuff. Okay, so the question I'm asking this week, and I'll just get you firstly to choose your number. So we'll just take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Let's do that again because it felt nice and I think I need it. In through the nose, out through the mouth, shoulders away from ears, and once more. Feeling that sense of calm and peace. Now, I'd just like for you to intuitively choose a number between 1 and 6, and you can do that now. Right, got your number? Now you remember that because that will be the number of the card in this reading whose message will just be a little bit more pertinent, a little bit more relevant for whatever is going on exactly for you this week. And remember, you can stretch out over the month, over a few weeks too. Okay, so the question I'm asking this week is, what are the ways we can connect with joy and abundance this week and share this with others? Um, I have been doing, I'm just trying to get myself sorted here. I have been doing this amazing experience with Miriam Costella, and it's called 5 Day Money Magnets. And so I'm all enthusiastic and excited about manifesting again. I've learned some brilliant things. If you're interested, go and find Miriam. I'll see if I can post a link in the comments. But it's Miriam Costella, and she's called the Effectologist. She's a money mindset coach, and she helps you with abundance and understanding universal law and how to work with that. I must admit, I've known about Miriam for a long time. I've known about her from the Heart Centered Soul Based Entrepreneurs group on Facebook, which is if you're a woman in business or thinking about being in business, get yourself over to Facebook and join that group. It's Tash Corbin's group, the Heart Centered Soul Based Entrepreneurs group. I've seen Miriam around the group, and I've heard of people working with her and looked at a few things for her stuff. And I really went off the law of attraction stuff. I kind of had enough of, sorry, forgive me, Abraham Hicks and all the rest, even though I love them very much. It all just felt too hard. I put it in the too hard basket. So I really like Miriam's approach. It's very fresh, it's very different. She brings a lot of practical knowledge to the table, and I'm getting so much out of 5 Day Money Magnets. It's going to run again. You need to sign up for it. I will put a link in the comments. Okay. Why did I ask about manifesting? And why did I ask that question about, what is it again? What are the ways we can connect with joy and abundance this week and share this with others? Sometimes I have this thought run through my head, and it's like, what am I doing? What are we all doing? Like, the problems of the world just seem so big, so heavy, so convoluted, so complex. Um, why are we even trying to go and get a job and work in our business and make money and grow our companies? And why are we concerned with material things when there's all this stuff going on in the world? And it's kind of like, and I've had this thought, many, many years ago, and it's like, because the business of life and living goes on. And I heard somewhere, I think it was in a movie or something, a little while back, and it was like, that's the thing about life, is life goes on. No matter the historic moment, the World War, the famine, the pandemic, the terrorist attack, the Holocaust, the environmental disaster, the rocket into space, like, no matter what the event is, no matter what this moment in time is and what it represents for us and what we're all experiencing, life goes on. And it has today. And I'm looking, I've someone who's been very, very fearful of the future for a long time, and I've talked about that in other videos. And yet I am looking for this vision of the future, and I'm starting to connect with that. And the thing is, until, whatever happens or however it happens, or, unless and if anything does happen in the future, even with everything going on, you see people day in, day out. We go to bed, we wake up in the morning, life goes on. We go about our day. We send the kids to school, we don't send the kids to school. We go to the doctors, we don't go to the doctors. We visit the sick friend, we don't visit the sick friend. We run the corporation, we drive the cars, we catch the train. Life goes on. So why not ask about joy and abundance right now? And I think that's something that we all really, really need. We need hope. We need joy. We need abundance in our life. We need to know that we can co create something better for ourselves. And we need to keep investing in our future, in our present and in our future. So that's why I asked the question. Um, okay, and I'm going to read quickly the Anchor Cards message. If you chose card number 1, these cards are from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. We have chaos and conflict, and it's in protection. Yet, look, this is a good message, folks. This is a really good message, and I want for you to understand that. So that's him. If he's isn't he adorable? He's like a giraffe-coloured zebra, and his stripes are, the giraffe colour's lifting off, and you can just see stripes under there. Okay, stick with me because this is a great message. So if you chose card number 1, you've got chaos and conflict in protection. This is an advantageous, oh, I can't talk today. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Pay attention to if you were thinking you had your own question about employment or finances too. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. It really, really is. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. It seems nuts, yet things are already stirred up. So don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how this situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. I love it. I think this is the perfect time to talk about abundance and joy. This is the perfect time. We've seen this during this pandemic. People, they're at home, they've lost their job. I'm not saying, I'm not recognizing how sad and tragic and bad that has been and what a negative experience can be. I don't want to invalidate anyone's personal experience. And yet we've seen people say, well, I've lost my job. I don't have there's nothing else to lose. I may as well start that business that, I've been wanting to start for the last 10 years. I may as well go and retrain as a chef. I may as well start my dog walking business. I may as well begin my plant nursery. I may as well retrain as a naturopath. I may as well invent that amazing medical, cure or piece of equipment. If not now, when? If not me, who? Please forgive me, can't remember who said that. Um, like it's okay to be an opportunist at this time. In fact, it's probably exactly what's necessary, and perhaps we can understand some of the reasons for all this happening in that. What if the chaos, like the blowing up of the world, with a global pandemic, has actually become an opportunity to free us from some of the things that were enslaving us? It's definitely, brought conversations up that need to be heard again. It's shone a light on things, injustices that need to be seen again, that need us to apply all our energy and effort and intelligence and compassion to solve these problems. Please don't feel guilty if you are being opportunistic right now and you are absolutely going for it and doing something now because you can. If we just get weighed down with, feeling bad about everything, I mean, I'm still acknowledging, please don't, I really hope that people understand what I'm saying here. We've got to acknowledge the truth and everything that's going on, and I'm not diminishing any of the tragedy, and yet it doesn't help us to stay with that. We need to let these things transform us. We need to let them be the things that break the shackles and free us, to becoming what we can be, to doing what we can do for our best and highest good and the best and highest good of all. Okay, the dragon that qualifies that, that's card number 4, is the Lilac Fire Dragon from Diana Cooper's Dragon Oracle. Okay, and it says, transmute through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. I just keep connecting with this feeling, like I was talking about last week, is that there is this vision of the future. There is the possibility that things can really, really change, that we can be open to something new and amazing. And this can be on all levels, the micro to the macro. And if you are going through really, exciting personal transformations now and growth, and you're embracing new things, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Let me know what's happening for you, or go and jump over on my Facebook page, Kylie Savage Psychic, and let's have a conversation. With this dragon, I love it. She's connecting to this lilac light which she brings through, and you can connect with it also. So just be mindful if lilac kind of pops up in your environment and it's something you can see. And remember, these dragons are about transformation. They're about dissolving cords and ties, connecting us with our chakras, and raising our vibrations up so that we can connect with other higher vibrational beings and energies. And they are like blowing the doors open so that we can be changed, like fundamentally changed. And the shifts can just be really, really subtle. It's like the layers peeling off, or they could be big bursts of transformation. Whatever it is, the main thing is get support, talk with people who aren't going to think that you're completely loony, and keep diving deeper and learning all that you can, and just allow yourself to have these experiences. The head really gets in the way. What I see with these dragons is they're all, they're opening up our hearts. So connecting with that. Okay, if you chose card number 2, the card is breathe, and it's in protection. And this is what I'm connecting with. If you've been feeling depressed, if you've been feeling really down, really overwhelmed, super anxious, and you're at the point where life's too tough, this is all really shit, and I'm done with it. I can't watch, I can't listen to the news, I can't talk with people, I just want to run away in a hermit cave and hide. Spirit hears you. Please get some support, the right sort of qualified professional help and support. And if you're feeling seriously, depressed and down and seriously on edge, that's the time to pick up the phone and to get in touch with people and to get a support system growing around you. Because what if what if you're a super sensitive soul and you're just being affected? You're so empathetic that you're just being so deeply affected by everything that's going on. And, I think Glennon Doyle's sister said to her once, Glennon, you can't breastfeed the world. I get like that. It's like I feel all the world's problems and I feel them on my layers, and it's so overwhelming, and it's too much. And of course it's too much, because it's too much for any one being. We're not meant to be that open to it all. We're not meant to be the receivers of it all. It's good to be in tune. It's good to be empathetic. It's good to be compassionate, to let that dissolve our layers of resistance. But the thing is, we can't stop there. And if we just, if we just, the apathy, like we just surrender to it all and just let it, run roughshod over the top of us, we're bloody useless. We're not going to be able to be a part of the solution because we just let it all get to us too much. You've got to take responsibility for your vibration. You've got to take personal responsibility for your own life, and you've got to take some positive action. You've got to clean up your stuff. If everything's too much and it's getting too much for you, you need to get support and help. You need to get yourself back onto the road to recovery, and you can do it. And there are always people that show up to help. You always have your angels, you always have spirit. One of the best, most heard prayers in the world is, God, help me. Because God is always there, however you understand them, and they will always answer your prayers and respond. And the minute we ask, we're answered. So this card is get yourself cleaned up, get back on the road to recovery, and do something. Take some positive action towards your healing, your personal transformation and growth, and be a part of the solution. Stop, hiding yourself away and being part of the problem. We don't need that from you. We need your best self coming forward. Come on, we can do this. I'm listening to this message so much for myself as well, okay? I'm taking all this on board. Okay, if you chose card number 5, It's Kuan Yin's pink dragon. So there you go, Spirit just giving you the boot. And Kuan Yin's dragon is coming in with a lovely pink light and energy to soothe the frayed edges. You know, you can be a compassionate person, a spiritual person, a motivated person. You can be kick ass. Don't think that you can't be. I'm definitely not all love and light. I'm a lot more kick ass. Because that's what I need as well. So that's what I'm teaching. Okay, Kuan Yin's pink dragon brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. See, firmness. We need firmness. See all your cords dissolve by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom. Look for the divine around you. You've got to know, even as we're going through the shit, we are held in love. Now, Kuan Yin is the goddess of mothers, and helps children. So often you give someone a statuette of Kuan Yin when they're going to become a new mother. And it's connecting with that divine mother loving energy and divine feminine energy. And, wear the rose quartz, surround yourself with the pink, whatever. If you really feel, and I really feel like a lot of us relate to this, we really feel kicked in the guts lately by life and circumstances. It's okay to ask for that nurturing, healing, compassionate, divine feminine energy to come in and love us up. Do some deep healing. It's about self love too and self worth and knowing that we are worth the healing and being open to receiving all of that. So we need a love bath. Let's have that. Light a pink candle, connect with Kuan Yin, ask for her dragons to come in. They'll send the light through you. And just, be open to it. The things that get in the way are our limiting beliefs saying we're not enough, we're not worthy, we're sinful, we're judgmental, we're Christian, we're not spiritual. All that BS gets in the way and we don't need it. We've got to work past it. So you can do this. Okay. Card number 3, if you chose it, was TikTok. And it's upright. And this is all about timing. Now, if you have a belief that you're too old, you're too fat, you're too white, you're too disabled, you're too prejudiced, you're too anything, and life's never going to work for you. You got to this point and you're not smart enough. All these limiting beliefs. You're too this, you're too that, you're not enough for something, all this crap. TikTok is saying, time as a social construction, linear time, beginning in the past, moving towards the future, ever going on future, ever ongoing future. That's a construction, a man-made construction. And what if time does not work like that at all? Time, the way Spirit shows me, is fluid and it moves in and back on itself. And there are lots of layers and dimensions and all of that. And the thing is, if all your limiting beliefs are telling you you run out of time, you need to blow on past that belief because there's always enough time in divine timing. A really great saying I say a lot is time expands to meet my needs. I think that's from Florence Scovel Shinn. I always arrive at the perfect time. Things unfold for me in divine perfect timing, things like that. It's just, it's just a mindset tweak. We've been indoctrinated into this system of time, and I think it helped me because I grew up with a dad who always told me that, oh, the clock is, a created system. We need to know what time to go to war, and I'm not sure if the basis for all his theories, but he was right about time being a man-made construction. And I was raised very religious, and Dad used to talk to me about, timing. There's God's timing and man's timing. So I'm really grateful for that lesson. And this is something that comes up for me a lot. I always think I'm going to run out of time. What's the point? I'm too old for this. I'm too fat for this. I'm too too whatever. I'm not educated enough for this. I haven't done enough study for this. I don't have enough letters after my name. Blah, blah, blah. Just take a deep breath and know that in divine timing, everything will unfold perfectly and well. And you've got this and you can do this. Okay. Now, if you chose card number 6, all right, this is the dragon that sent me on a bit of a tailspin. Isn't he gorgeous, though? This is the dark blue galactic dragon. And his message is helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. So this dragon is about going and I don't know if you can see this, he's got this beautiful bag of stars. You can see that here. And when I looked at him, I thought of the crystal blue gold stone, which is actually connects with the goddess Nyx, the goddess of night in Egyptian mythology. Pardon me. Nyx might be in Greek mythology too, I'm not sure. Um, that's why I need another whole lifetime for. That's what I need to, understand about divine timing. I have enough time to dive into Greek mythology and all that, and learn about all the gods and goddesses. So, I really was thinking, if you're interested in this card and this message, go and grab yourself some blue gold stone. It's the most gorgeous stone. It's dark blue, but when you look at it, it has all like gold flecks in it. I used to think the sunstone and blue goldstone was fake. It was a man-made thing, but actually it's like silica or mica in a crystal form. So this galactic dragon is saying, and this makes sense. Like if I'm connecting with this vision in the future, it's something new, we're on the cusp of all this, this breakthrough, this transformation. We got to go higher, people. We got to get more out there. And this dragon is connecting you to that. So, connecting you to other dimensions, to the Intergalactic Council. You can make petitions to them through this dragon and all the rest of it. I read the message in the guidebook and I'm going, okay, Diana, it's a little bit far out on the edge, even for me. And then I was like, well, why not just have an open mind? It's not going to hurt. What if I could actually learn something? Oh, what's at risk here? Bit of my ego. I could actually learn and grow something more. Isn't this what I've been asking for? So if you've been asking to further your personal transformation, evolution, and growth, perhaps this message is for you. So connect with this dragon, work with this dragon, and work with the beautiful dark blue energy, even blue and gold. And think about that. And the blue is the throat chakra, which is about communication and expression. So perhaps we're going to, internalize this knowledge, this new stuff that we're learning. And these dragons, as they work on our energy, dissolving the cords and ties and allowing us to be free to move forward. Spirit want to keep encouraging us to grasp something new. What if we're bringing in concepts and ideas and information and technology that we've never seen before? Not the layperson, anyway. And what if it's exactly what's needed at this moment in time? What if this is all happening in divine perfect timing? What if this is the time for the next new? Could we be open to that? I would love to hear how your week goes, and I would love for you to like, comment, and subscribe this video and share it with your friends if you think they're going to be interested too, if they want to join us on this like trippy intergalactic dragon story that we're going on at the moment. And if you'd like a personal reading, I'm offering Zoom special offer readings at the moment via Zoom. It's a psychic one question reading and it's 35 Australian dollars. It won't be staying at that price for long. It's only there as I keep getting better with Zoom. And once I'm super confident, it will go up to the price of my mini reading. Okay, stay in touch. Many, many blessings on your week. Get ready for Mercury retrograde. Get ready for winter solstice. I don't know if I mentioned that as well. Shortest day of the year in Australia, the 21st of June. And get ready for your new moon in Cancer eclipse. Woohoo! It's going to be awesome. Okay, see you next week.